What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. I'm actually here with Hunter again. We're in his Audi, so we're driving over to a place called Pretty Bird, which is like the best. It's like, yeah, bro, so fire. It's like Chick-fil-A, but times 10 and gourmet. And it's actually the first place that we went when we met our current staff. They were like, dude, you guys have to try Pretty Bird. So we're like, okay, cool. And it's my last day here in Utah, so in honor of that, we're gonna hit Pretty Bird with our team and go talk about some strategies. I know Hunter and I are working on posting a lot of TikTok videos right now. I'm gonna work on the AI approach for the most part, and Hunter's working on more like UGC looking approaches, using like CapCut templates and stuff. So he just posted 2 videos. I think one of them just got like 800 views and the other one's at like 700 views. So doing pretty well so far. And like I said yesterday, now that we have our product approved, we're really gonna go hard with this TikTok shop. So I'm pretty much excited for how things might go with TikTok this month. And then we're just getting creative with some other options pertaining to our merchant account cap. So we're trying to see about some different ways we can go ahead and increase that without giving away any type of our edge, like with just having our one merchant account. Like we want to keep our chargebacks low and just keep one merchant account, but we're trying to like figure out a way to where we can keep it, still have a low merchant account, like low amount of them. The edge is the fact that we have one account. Like a lot of affiliate marketers have like 50 to 60 accounts. I know Hunter and I had like 187 at one point, which was, it was brutal, exactly. We had a ton of cap, but it was extremely hard to manage. And so our edge for this is that we don't have to manage a ton of accounts, right? And so we're trying to figure out a way to keep it super low count, but still get us a high cap. So today we're kind of trying to think about some creative solutions to that. And so I'm gonna head over to Pretty Bird, eat some chicken, and talk to you guys soon after. All right, so I'm back on the roof again. We actually finished up our lunch with the team a couple hours ago. It was really good. It's always really productive to go meet up with everybody and just kind of see where everybody's mind is at as far as how we're gonna move our business forward. So it's always really beneficial to do that. Like I think I speak for me and Hunter both when I say we go there and then we come back with like 10 new ideas on like what to do. So I think that just goes to show that we have the right people in place. And typically, if you're with the right person and you're kind of at like a roadblock or a challenge in your business, and you go talk to like the right people, you'll probably come out of that with like a bunch of different creative solutions for whatever problem or roadblock you're experiencing, at least that are worth testing. So we have a bunch of ideas now for how we want to test getting around this mid-cap issue. So we'll see, but it's possible in January we might be able to get something going to get our mid-cap scaled up a bit higher than it currently is. So pretty excited for that. I just have a couple things to look over basically before I get done with the day. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I think the majority of it is just kind of checking our subscription approval rates and making sure our chargebacks haven't hit any more today. Like if we haven't had any more today, that's always good. And yeah, so give me just one sec. Okay, well, we actually had a really bad approval rate today. I'm going to see why. Okay, so we went 0 for 7, which means we had 0 approvals out of 7 attempts. And the majority of them were because of insufficient funds. So that's all good. That happens often. 0 for 7 is really low. That's a 0% approval rate, which is not average at all. We're usually at like 67 to 70%. But this is just one of those things that I wanted to talk about yesterday, where it's picking up on those decline transactions. So we of course are going to do that. And the most important thing in all of this is that we're consistent with whatever we're doing, right? We're consistently looking for new opportunity. We're consistently making sure that everything's performing well. We're consistently working within the business. We're consistently putting out content. Consistency in your business and in your life is the most important driving factor for growth and success, in my opinion. I think that if you look at just about any person that has some type of success, whether it's in their business, or it's on social media, or it's in the gym. You look to the most fit people that you know, how often will they tell you they train? It's probably going to be every single day, maybe even twice a day, and for years, right? If you look at the biggest YouTubers, you're going to talk to them, hey, how often do you post? It's either going to be, every day or 3 times a week, or they're going to be consistent with the amount of times that they do post every single month, every single week, throughout a long period of time. If you look at any successful business, it's the same thing. In my opinion, it's consistency. Like if you look at a successful business, they're going to say, yeah, we worked and we worked and we worked every single day for a long time until we have any success. And I had a conversation with Hunter last night and my girl's cousin. We were just talking about like what we wanted to do in life. And for us, Hunter and I, basically, I've said this before, but we feel that we found something that's very tangible, that's something that we're on the right path. And we've done big businesses before, but we never really got the feeling of like, this is the one, this is the right path, And we do feel that way with this one, the CBD company that I'm building right now, because it's such a game-changing business. If we can get everything cracking as best as possible, right? We're always creative, we're always looking for new things, we're always more consistent than our competitors. Well, guess what? We think that in years, we're gonna be doing like 20, 30, 40 million a year in revenue and rolling out new product lines. Like it's just exciting because I've been in this for 6 or 7 years. And for the first time in all that time, I feel like I found the business that is going to be the one that's going to take me from where I am now to the next level that I need to get to. And I've had some big companies. So, it's really just a game of like being in this every single day for a long period of time to find something that will work, right? Like I just talked about consistency and how we're consistent in our business every single day. We've been consistent for years and years and years with both learning, trying new things, trying to get an understanding of things. And for any single business that we started, we were of course working every single day on that business, right? It's never a day where we're not working on it. And I'm not saying we're working 24 hours a day. You can watch the day in my life, so I'm not working 24 hours a day. But we are working and thinking all the time about new things, right? If I'm in the shower and I think about something, well, I'm gonna write it down or I'm gonna go ahead right away and try to work on that thing, So it is pretty crazy because we've been in this for so long. And dude, like when I tell you we started here at the bottom, let's just say this is a roller coaster, there's a little grid on my phone, right? So boom, right here, we go up, then you go down, then you go up, and then down, up and down, right? And for now, we just feel like we're on the coaster that's going up, for the first time in, forever, actually, where it's like, this is gonna be the business that's gonna take us here, And so consistency is so important in that. It's what has allowed us to even get this feeling, right? If we stopped being consistent 2 years ago when we went into debt, well, we'd never experienced this feeling and probably would still be paying off debt to this day. So it's really crazy, and I think it's a common theme throughout successful people in any field is consistency. And I also believe that authenticity is another driving factor in somebody's success no matter what they do, right? And here's a perfect example, and sorry coach if I'm wrong, but if you look at the most successful boxers in the world, right? They all have their own style. Floyd Mayweather has a signature style, right? You think about Floyd Mayweather, you think Philly Shell, you think like that's his style. He kind of took that and made it to be the Floyd Mayweather style because that's just what he took and ran with, right? So in my opinion, authenticity is something that is also very common amongst the most successful people in any field, right? If you're in a business, well, you have your own style of business. You have your own style of doing business, just as these fighters have their own style of fighting, right? So being authentic to yourself in business and social media, in life, is what will make you successful. Because the second you try to start looking at other people's YouTube videos, looking at other people's businesses, looking at other people's, cars and saying, oh yeah, I could see myself in that just because of somebody else. All right, so my phone died, but I was talking about just authenticity in your life and in your business being the biggest, in my opinion, driving factor to your success. Like, you don't look at somebody else's car and just because they have it, want that too, right? You might be the type of guy that likes, watches more than cars. And just because somebody else tells you should like cars doesn't mean you should like cars, I don't know where I'm exactly going with that, but the point is, if you're in business, if you're doing anything in your life, creating content, you're in business, you're in the gym, whatever it is, be authentic to yourself. Just be yourself, honestly. It's not that complicated. All it is just be yourself, and it just makes your life a whole lot easier, in my opinion. So for our business, once we reveal it, you'll see that it has a lot of myself in it. It has a lot of Hunter in it. And honestly, the solutions within our business is where that really shines. That personality really comes through. When we create a solution for our business, it comes from something that we've probably experienced before. We have an idea about, because we've experienced something before and we had an idea about how to fix it. I don't know. There's just plenty of things that, like authenticity helps you fix. And if you're pretending to be just like another business, well, how do you expect to beat that business out if you're trying to be like them, right? Like, when you're trying to be like somebody else, usually it's like a role model for you. And how are you supposed to beat a business that is your role model if you're not authentic to yourself, right? Like, that doesn't really happen. So for the day, we finished up pretty low. I think we did after refunds, we were negative a couple $100 because we just had plenty of refunds and no new revenue. And of course, our subscriptions didn't build today, so that's okay. But yeah, so it was my last day here in Utah. Well, actually, I leave tomorrow night, so I guess tomorrow is technically my last day, but it's been pretty cool being here. Just like I told you, linking up with my team is always nice. Everything's nice, but I'm definitely looking forward to getting back to Florida, getting back in the routine. And then I want to say it's Monday, I'm going to Speedy Distribution to look about getting our CBD company into retail stores. So that's probably going to be Monday's episode. Majority about is going to be what I learn about that. And yeah, so TikTok's been great. We are just continuing to put more videos out, and that's all we can do to potentially grow on there. But outside from that, everything's flowing exactly as to plan. Outside from the mid-cap, but we have plenty of solutions in place for that. So yeah, to recap the video, life is full of ups and downs. So roller coaster, a couple of years go by. Now we finally found something. It took years of pretty much, living the highest highs and the lowest, not lowest lows, but pretty low lows. And then being authentic to yourself and being consistent. I think that those are the two most important features of somebody who's going to be successful. That and the ability to have critical thinking and thinking outside the box, right? Those come alongside authenticity, though, in my opinion. Critical thinking is something that's learned over time, right? When you experience more problems, you're better with solving those problems. If you're experiencing a problem for the first time, it probably seems like the end of the world to you. It's not. It's just another problem. You're going to experience thousands more. But critical thinking is very important to move past problems and move past these roadblocks, right? But the creative side is coming from your authenticity, right? So those things are all the most important parts of business, life, and all this good stuff. So thank you guys as always for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and hang out with my girl. It is our last night together, so gonna make some tartare again and just enjoy ourselves. So thank you as always for watching. If you have any questions for me, just comment below. I'm happy to answer them, and I look forward to talking to you again in the next episode.